Ady Barkan is a lawyer. He's an activist. He's a dad. He is also dying from ALS. Mr. Barkan uses a computer speech assistant to speak since ALS took his ability to speak in his own voice. Using that computer-assisted technology, he did an interview, a hard one, a hard-charging interview with then-presidential candidate Joe Biden last summer, last July. And in that interview, Mr. Barkan got this explicit promise from candidate Joe Biden.
The World Health Organization is leading an unprecedented global effort to promote international cooperation in the search for COVID-19 treatments and vaccines, but Donald Trump has refused to join that effort, cutting America off from the rest of the world. If the U.S. discovers a vaccine first, will you commit to sharing that technology with other countries? And will you ensure there are no patents to stand in the way of other countries and companies mass-producing those life-saving vaccines?
Absolutely. Positively. This is the only humane thing in the world to do. This guy's whole idea of America on its own is meant America alone. So the answer is yes, 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 yes. And it's not only a good thing to do, it's overwhelmingly in our interest to do it as well.
Thank you for that commitment.
That was his promise as a candidate. Today, as president, the Biden administration made good on that promise. President Biden's U.S. Trade Representative, Catherine Tai, announcing the administration's decision in precise and definitive terms. I sort of never thought I'd see something like this from the U.S. government, but here it is. This is a global health crisis, and the extraordinary circumstances of the COVID-19 pandemic call for extraordinary measures. The administration believes strongly in intellectual property protections, but in service of ending this pandemic, supports the waiver of those protections for COVID-19 vaccines. We will actively participate in negotiations at the World Trade Organization needed to make that happen. The administration's aim is to get as many safe and effective vaccines to as many people as fast as possible. As our vaccine supply for the American people is secured, the administration will continue to ramp up its efforts, working with the private sector and all possible partners to expand vaccine manufacturing and distribution. It will also work to increase the raw materials needed to produce those vaccines. I mean, if this is done right, it means the United States of America will not only lead global negotiations to get this part of it done, but we will lead the world to make sure there is a global response. So this thing doesn't haunt humanity, including us, for the rest of our time on the planet.